Hello, all my friends. It's so nice to see you. I'm so glad you could join me for Mrs. Goodfriend's Story Hour. Today, we're reading one of my favorite books, Corduroy, by Dan Friedman. He's the author who wrote the words. Corduroy is a little bear who lives in a place called a department store. And that is a really big store that sells lots of different things. And he really wants to make a new friend. So we're going to read and find out how things go for Corduroy. Let Mrs. Goodfriend put her reading glasses on and we'll get started. Corduroy. Corduroy is a bear who once lived in the toy department of a big store. Day after day, he waited with all his other animals and dolls for somebody to come along and take him home. There he is, sitting on top of the shelf with all his other friends. The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one ever seemed to want a small bear in green overalls. Then one morning, a little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's bright eyes. Oh, yes, there's the little girl. What do you think Corduroy's thinking? Yes, I think he's thinking maybe she's going to be my new friend. Let's find out. The little girl said, "Oh, Mommy, look, there's the very bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," her mother sighed. "I've spent too much money already. Besides, he doesn't look new. He's lost the button to one of his shoulder straps." That's a shoulder strap right there. Yeah, look, his button is missing. Oh, dear. Corduroy watched them sadly as they walked away. He didn't know he had lost a button, he said to himself. "Tonight, I'll go and see if I can find it." So Corduroy's going to go off on an adventure. Wow, he's brave to leave the shelf. Let's see what happens. Late that evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from his shelf. There he goes. Look how careful he's being. And began searching everywhere on the floor for his lost button. There he is, looking for his lost button. Suddenly, he felt the floor moving under him. Oh no! Quite by accident, he had stepped onto an escalator and up he went. An escalator is a set of stairs that moves. It takes you up to the top floor and down to the bottom floor. Could this be a mountain? Corduroy thought it was a mountain. "I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain," says Corduroy. So up he goes. He stepped off the escalator as he reached the next floor, and there before his eyes was the most amazing sight. Look at it all. Furniture, tables, beautiful curtains, lots of nice fluffy beds, and chairs, and lamps, and sofas, rows and rows of them. "This must be a palace," thought Corduroy. "I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace." Oh, so he thinks that the second floor of the department store is so cool and loaded with so many fun things to sit in that it's a palace. Oh. He wandered around admiring the furniture. "This must be a bed," he said. "I've always wanted to sleep in a bed." And up he crawled onto the large, thick mattress. All at once he saw something small and round. "Why, here's my button!" he cried. And he tried to pick it up, but like all the other buttons on the mattress, it was tied down tight. Oh no, I wonder what's going to happen next. What do you think's going to happen next? I don't know. Oh, you think maybe he'll pull the button off? Oh, you think he's just going to get stuck and he's going to be sad? Oh, or maybe he's going to pull really hard. Let's find out. He yanked and pulled with both paws until pop! Off came the button, and off the mattress Corduroy toppled. Toppled means that he tumbled over and over and fell to the ground. Bang! Into a tall floor lamp he fell. Over it went too with a big crash. That's a lot of noise. Ooh, a new character. Let's find out who this is. Corduroy didn't know it, but there was someone else awake in the store. The night watchman, oh, he's called the night watchman, was going on his rounds on the floor above when he heard the crash. He came dashing down the escalator. Dashing means that he came running very fast. Now, who in the world did that? He exclaimed. Somebody must be hiding around here. He flashed his big light under and over sofas and beds until he came to the biggest bed of all. And there he saw 2 fuzzy brown ears sticking up from under the covers. Do you see those brown ears? Hello, he said. How did you get upstairs? Corduroy said nothing. The watchman tucked Corduroy under his arm and carried him down the escalator and set him on the shelf in the toy department with all the other animals and dolls. Yes, Corduroy is a toy, so he belongs with the other toys, doesn't he? Oh, how do you think poor Corduroy's feeling now? I agree. I think he's very sad. Corduroy was just waking up when his first customers came into the store in the morning. And there, looking at him with wide, warm smile, was the same little girl he'd seen only a day before. I'm Lisa, she said, and you're going to be my very own bear. Last night, I counted what I've saved in my piggy bank, and my mother said I could bring you home. Shall I put him in a box for you? The sales lady asked. Oh, no, thank you, Lisa answered, and she carried Corduroy home in her arms. Oh, I wonder how Corduroy is feeling now. I bet he is happy. She ran all the way up 4 flights of stairs into her family's apartment and straight to her own room. Corduroy blinked. There was a chair and a chest of drawers, and alongside a girl-sized bed stood a little bed, just the right size for him. The room was small, nothing like that enormous palace in the department store. This must be home, he thought. I know I've always wanted a home. Lisa sat down with Corduroy on her lap and began to sew a button on his overalls. Oh, she's such a kind friend to do that for him. I like you the way you are, she said, but you'll be more comfortable with your shoulder strap fastened. Wasn't that thoughtful and kind of her? It was, wasn't it? You must be a friend, said Corduroy. I've always wanted a friend. Me too, said Lisa, and gave him a big hug. The end. Wasn't that a great story? And Lisa was such a good friend to Corduroy to take him home, wasn't she? Well, I hope you enjoyed our story, and I hope that you have a teddy bear at home that you'd like to take in for an adventure. Bye-bye for now.